Yo, what's up, guys? Schizomanic here. I know it's been a while. Like a pretty good amount of time, actually. I think in a few days, if this video actually gets uploaded tonight like I'm planning it to, it will have been about a month since I've last uploaded on this channel, which has just been a bunch of other stuff, and procrastination and just having other things to do. But I did want to get on here because there was something I realized within the last few weeks that I felt like kind of needed to be put in a video. And I don't know how many of you guys feel like this, but I personally have started feeling this a lot. Shonen Jump, I would almost argue, at least for me personally, has become like the best it's ever been. And the reason why I say that is because of how many fucking series I'm following. And I'm following way more than I used to. I think when I first started getting into Shonen Jump, the only series I knew off the top of my head that were in Shonen Jump was like Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. Those were like the only three series. That's why if you were in the anime community back then, everyone known it as the big three. The big three don't really exist anymore, at least not in the way they used to. And granted, this was partially because we weren't as familiar with a lot of the manga in Shonen Jump, because a lot of it either didn't get translated or didn't get localized, which was just due to the industry being younger, on top of what would sell and what wouldn't sell, and whether or not companies were willing to take risks on certain titles. But in recent years, we've gotten a lot more open about it, and Shonen Jump in itself has gotten a lot more variety. Just to kind of go through the list of series that I'm currently following and how much it is in the grand, and on top of the other series in it. So we still got our One Piece, because that series is borderline immortal. At least it seems like it's going to be, considering Oda has to take breaks like every 2 weeks, and we're only like 60% done. And considering that series has been out since 1997, that means it's about 20 years old, and we're a little bit over halfway. That means we got like another 2 decades to go. So if I'm lucky, I'll be in my 40s when the series officially ends, and that's if the pace continues or if it gets better, which I doubt it, because Oda's already hurting himself with his smoking habits. But that's a whole different story. I've literally gone away with what I was trying to talk about. We have One Piece. We have Gintama still, which I believe that's about to end very soon. We have one of our only other shonens that seems to be taking off pretty well, which is Black Clover. Just had his anime adaptation currently running. Not the greatest thing in the world, but I'm curious to see how well it does in the States. I think they're airing it on Toonami too, if I remember correctly. My Hero, which is taking off insanely well. That right now is probably the second dog, so to speak, in terms of the big three. Like, officially the big three for new generation would be fucking like One Piece, Black Clover, and My Hero. Not in that order, obviously. But My Hero's taking off insanely well, and I follow all three of those series, and I enjoy all of them for, I wouldn't say for different reasons, but they all have different things about them that I get a kick out of. And I think, at least for Black Clover, and I've said this before, it's kind of, it's that classic Shonen Jump fun that isn't really in the manga anymore. Because think about it, because Gintama was about to end, and Gintama was more of a comedy series. Then getting into some of our new heads, The Promised Neverland, which is like this weird survival, how do I describe it? Like survival kind of horror-ish Shonen Jump series that's about a bunch of little kids trying to escape this society in which humans are bred to literally be set up as food or some type of enjoyment for fucking demons because of some weird ass rule that was set up, which gets into a bunch of lore. And The Promised Neverland is some good ass shit, dead ass. like no bullshit. The Promised Neverland is great. Fucking read the hell out of that. That's another series. Then you have, I think, our current sports. I think we have 2 sports manga. I think we have Haikyuu and we have Robot X Laser Beam, which, even though I don't really care for either of those two, those are 2 sports series and 2 weirdly, like, not super popular sports. It's volleyball and fucking golf. And golf isn't really popular anywhere here, except for, I think, the US. Then we have We Can Never Learn, which is our Nisekoi replacement, which Nisekoi is too new of a series to need a real replacement, but it's in that weird romance, comedy, harem-ish genre with very major slice of life undertones. The difference is that it doesn't try to be something. Its setup doesn't leave for lost potential like Nisekoi did with the fucking Yakuza thing. They never really got fully explored, even though it could have been. It could have set up for some really good arcs. That's a different story, once again. And then I think the one about the dead girl harem anime, that's no. It's like she's a ghost. It's the ghost girl in the apartment that's also, I believe, is a harem series that is getting an anime adaptation next year. That's our harem. I guess you could say that, and We Never Learn are our two harems. Dr. Stone, which is a weird, I don't even know how to describe Dr. Stone in terms of genres, because it has battles in it. It has fights. But it's also like educational as fuck. Like a lot of the goddamn chapters are just about teaching you basic science shit. Or not basic, but just science shit. And it's like, it's slice of life, but it's also shonen. So it's one of those weird in-between shows. This is why I say Black Clover sticks out a lot. Because Black Clover has nothing else that's really like it other than My Hero and One Piece. So, because Dr. Stone is just kind of a weird beast in its own right. And I'm missing a few series. I think Hungry Marie just ended because it needed to. So did the Cross Account. I believe that's also ended. I'm missing a few series, but that's way more than I used to follow. I'm following what? One Piece, My Hero, Black Clover, Dr. Stone, We Never Learn, The Promised Neverland. What else? That's 6 series I'm following, and none of them are really the same, except for you can maybe argue Black Clover and My Hero are familiar to One Piece, and even then their genres are completely different. I mean, their settings are completely different. My Hero being in a superhero-based society, One Piece about pirates, and Black Clover about mages. And I'm actually looking forward to the Yunnan, the Ghost Girl harem anime adaptation, because A, it's another Shonen Jump series getting adapted, and B, I'm curious about it. It's kind of funny considering Black Clover's had like, what, 2 or 3 OVAs, and finally gets its anime adaptation, and its anime adaptation has worse animation. It's actually a fucking shame is what it is. But you know, you do what you gotta deal with. That's it. You deal with the cards you were dealt, which is also funny considering One Piece's animation has gotten better recently. I think the pacing is still kind of fucked, but that's the disadvantage when Toei refuses to give One Piece a break, and so now we're stuck in this weird purgatory. But Shonen Jump has just gotten a lot more variety in it, and it's weird because it's weird because when I think about the older series like Bobobo, I think, oh wait, right, what's the alien one? Psyche? Is it Psyche? The one weird one about the alien. I think the anime just recently got like another season, or it's currently airing its other season. It's like a comedy based around this dude who has superpowers, but is like trying his best not to live a normal life. Then that's another Shonen Jump series. It's just that it trips me out that Shonen Jump has kind of gone through this weird, I wouldn't even call it a renaissance. It's just like a weird, I guess in a way it kind of is a renaissance. Because they kind of got away from shows being canceled like every 5 or 10 fucking chapters. Remember Takamagahara or even Hiroshi's first work, Barrage, before My Hero? They were just canceling series, and they were all like battle series. And I think a lot of these authors are like, fuck it, we're going to try something different. And Shonen Jump is giving these dudes a chance, and this shit's starting to sell. And it's not like these genres have been away from Shonen Jump like for a while. I mean, like I said, Nisekoi was around, you had Madaka Box at one point, you had Bobobo, you had what the fuck, you had To Love Ru before that got transitioned over into like sinning because of how ridiculous the ecchi gets in To Love Ru. We were still getting these kinds of shows, we were just not getting them consistently. And now I think Shonen Jump has kind of got a cool mishmash of characters and genres to represent. I almost want to go pull up like a recent cover of Shonen Jump just to see how different these characters are. because the genres and the way these guys tell their stories are completely different. Like Dr. Stone is hype as fuck, and Dr. Stone is on a completely different power scaling than like something like My Hero or One Piece. Or fuck, Black Clover currently has been hype as fuck. One Piece has been hype as fuck. We Never Learn will never be hype as fuck, but it'll be fine, and that's the whole point. Like, you have just some shows that are just fine. Robot X Laserbeam, I think people can view that as hype as fuck. I don't really give a damn, but it's another one of those, hey, that's something different. The Promised Neverland can be hype as fuck, and currently it's on some next level shit, because I think we've just moved into a new arc, and things are getting good. Like, yo, I'm so happy that I have this many series I'm following. When I think about the manga I'm following, and that's not even including, and that's just Shonen Jump. If I include like Monster Musume, I'm still following Sakurai because they brought back the manga for whatever fucking reason. Itsawari Bito, Hajimete no Gal, and I know those is a bullshit series. I know. Don't tell me about how I'm some fucking anime titty trash, because I know and I don't care. I'm just it's weird. I didn't think I'd be reading this much manga. It's funny because I've fallen out of watching anime a lot, particularly because there hasn't been anything super interesting on. But Jesus Christ, I'm super pumped that Shonen Jump has grabbed so many people's attention, and I would love to see adaptations of a couple of these shows. The Promised Neverland is almost asking for it. The problem is that The Promised Neverland isn't super long, and I feel like that's a show that you do not need to fuck up. Like, I do not need that. Listen, Black Clover shouldn't have been fucked with, and it's weird. It's Naruto's animation studio, and for some reason the animation looks worse or more inconsistent than Naruto's, which is bullshit. You did Naruto and Bleach. Get your shit together, Period. It's ridiculous. Fucking, luckily My Hero is following the right path. All we need is some solid adaptations. I'm hoping the Ghost Girl Harem anime Yunnan stuff gets adapted with a good ass art director and some good ass production, because I want these Shonen Jump series to succeed. And when the anime is trash, it kind of hurts the marketability of the show. And Fairy Tail's anime was trash. Well, I mean, the animation was pretty mediocre. I kind of want Aston to move past that, because it's had some great, brilliant scenes of animation. But it's like scenes. It's like One Piece to a degree. It was like recent One Piece, except for like the last few episodes, where it has like pretty mediocre animation throughout it, and then it has like those one or two good scenes that are just like fucking amazing. It's kind of like that, and we need more of that, damn it. Which is why I'm mad that Black Clover's anime is stopping before one of the best fucking fights in the manga. It's so fucking, I don't even want to get into it, but it's so fucking good. Side note, hyped as fuck for Boku no Hero Academia Season 3, because that shit is also gonna have one of the best motherfucking fights in the series, yo. Woo! Ash is gonna have two of the best fights, considering how long it can. If it's long, if it's like 26 episodes, it'll at least get through the two arcs I'm thinking it's going to, and that shit's gonna be gold, son. People think Season 2 was lit. You ain't seen nothing. Sorry, I'm geeking out a little bit, but it's good to be a Shonen Jump fan. That's the short version of it all. It is good to be a Shonen Jump fan. So please, let me know how you feel about Shonen Jump and its current lineup of shows and series. What are you reading? What are you not reading? What do you want to get into? Leave it down below in the comment section. You can also find my Discord and my Twitter down there, because I'm posting on Twitter more often. Like a lot more often. I'm following Twitter like a madman for some reason. Patreon if you want to support me. I'm going to make more videos, god damn it. The year isn't over. But for now, this video is over. So, it's a game, play to win, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.